Wolf of Fantasy Sports back with the DFS Wolf Pack for NFL Week 10 first look. Player pricing dropped late last night. I'm going to break this down real quick, just give my first look impressions on these prices. Quarterback position, Pat Mahomes went up $100. One of the best plays on the slate, Arizona, not a good football team. Pat Mahomes is on track to put up another game with 300 plus yards, beat out Andrew Luck. I think he gets it done. Hopefully he adds on 2 to 3 to 4 touchdowns to go with that 300 yards. Pat Mahomes, pay up, 7,200. Got no problem with that. Aaron Rodgers at home versus Miami. Don't mind him at 6,400. Coming off that loss versus the Patriots last night. I think he gets the job done here. Definitely a good play. Drew Brees on the road. Cincinnati, 6,300. What's not to like? He's definitely a viable option. Cincinnati can make this a ball game. Hopefully force him to throw. Keep the game close, competitive. Maybe Cincinnati gets a lead. Drew Brees got to put the ball in the air. He's got one of the best receivers in the league. And arguably 2 of the best running backs on his team. I got no problem with Drew Brees here. Somebody to consider. Matt Ryan. I had doubts versus Washington on the road. He proved me wrong. Now he's going up against Cleveland. I think he's in play. Just crazy. I was really hoping every time I'm in position to win a lot of money, Washington defense just gives it up. Josh Norman gets burnt by Julio. And it's just the rest is history, like every time. So the early only I was in like 20th, 25th place. Coleman, Julio, they had a lot of ownership in the early only. They ended up putting up big points, big scores. Ended up going from winning like $1,000 in early only to winning about a little under 500 altogether in all the contests I was in. So that hurt. But anyway, Matt Ryan definitely in play here on the road versus Cleveland. They need wins. I think they get the win here. Looking at Jared Goff versus Seattle. There's a nice little rivalry matchup right here. I really like this. 6,100. Russell Wilson's been looking good. Second half, he comes out strong. I think this could be more competitive than some would think. Rams coming off their first loss. I think Goff is a good, solid play at 6,100. He didn't come up much, so his price is fair. I'm off of Tom Brady in this matchup versus Tennessee. I don't see the upside, tournament winning upside. Phillip Rivers. Chargers are one of the most dangerous teams right now that no one's talking about. I really like Phillip Rivers here at 6,000 versus Oakland. I like that. Looking at Fitzpatrick versus Washington. I think he's in play. Put up, 26 yesterday? Had a good game. 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns. Rushed for 23 yards. Definitely in play. Andy Dalton's in play here at 5,800 at home. I think the Red Rocket, Red Rifle, whatever you want to call him, I think he's got the weapons to get the job done here, make this game competitive. I see 2-3 touchdowns for Dalton. Maybe he could rush one in here. I like this play. Wilson, I'm off of him at 5,700. And when I play Wilson, I usually play him by himself. Looking at Trubisky versus Detroit, I think he's viable at 5,600. I'm gonna make a couple GPP lineups. Definitely with Trubisky. I'm liking that. Andrew Luck versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense on a bit of a decline, but I'm not sure if I want to pay for Luck here. Maybe in GPP. Not sure yet. I'm going to have to look into it during the week. See what I can dig up in the stats. They'll kind of persuade me to play them. Looking at Baker Mayfield, 5,400, price is right. Atlanta defense. Duke Johnson, 9 for 9 last week. Pair up Baker with Duke. Liking that a little bit. And then maybe even play Baker, Chubb, and Duke. I like that a little bit too because Chubb had, 15 DraftKings points? So you can look at that. Alex Smith, I don't mind him here, but there's really no tournament winning upside out of Alex Smith anymore. So I'm gonna look into him, but most likely won't play him. Stafford versus Chicago, I'm off of that. Mariota versus New England at 4,700. That's dirt cheap. Derek Carr versus the Chargers, 4,700. Worth a tournament flyer. Brock Osweiler versus Green Bay, also worth a tournament flyer. And that's it. You can also, I mean, if you want to dig into the crates here, we got Darnold versus Buffalo, 4,500. And Nathan Pickerman. No longer Nathan Peterman. We are changing his name in Buffalo to Nathan Pickerman. 4,000. He got 15 DraftKings points last week. 5 less than Cam Newton at 6,600. It's only 4,000. So what did he do? He threw 3 interceptions. 2 of them were his fault. And 49 attempts, 31 completions. He's out there slinging the ball. He said he was going to go out there and rip it. Had a rushing touchdown. He needed that to get his fantasy points. Nathan Peterman versus the Jets. Call me crazy, but I kind of like it. At 4,000, I might throw him in some GPP. Give me 15, 20 DraftKings points. See what happens. You got Matt Barkley too. That's another story. We'll see who starts. Todd Gurley definitely in play for Seattle, and his price came down again, 100. So look at Todd Gurley. Melvin Gordon, yeah, definitely in play. Definitely in play here. Just coming off the bye. Last game put up what, 22? Yeah, 22.3, 16 attempts, 4 targets. Just Mr. Consistency. Alvin Kamara, one of my favorite running backs, 8,700 versus Cincinnati. I like that. I like Hunt versus Arizona. Mixon, I'm not sure if I'll play Mixon. Somebody I'll be digging into. But as of right now, I don't think I'll be playing Mixon. At that price, James White, viable. Now they got Patterson running the football. James White did get a little banged up. Came back in the game. 7,300. Price is up on him. I probably won't play him. David Johnson, 6,800. Price looks good to me. You know what? Rosen. Probably looking to Rosen a little bit too here. Rosen, Fitz, David Johnson. Maybe out of nowhere, Arizona has a game. Looking at Mack versus Jacksonville. Don't mind it. Peterson versus Tampa Bay at 5,700. Someone to consider. How about that Bibbs touchdown last week? I know the Peterson owners were falling out of their chair. I'm off of Yeldon here. Chubb, 5,500. Like that a little bit. Tariq Cohen versus Detroit, 5,500. Yeah, I like that. Howard's cheap too. Coleman. Been playing this guy a little bit this year, and for him to do what he did last week, that just really gets me upset. 32.6, 13 attempts, 7 targets, 2 touchdowns, caught 5 of 7. Looking at Coleman, I guess he's viable, yeah, versus Cleveland. And you got King Ito too to worry about, so pick your poison. Thompson, Michelle, gotta look at them during the week, see if they're available. Drake's okay here at 51. Jones looked good, had the fumble, 5,000. You know, the game was really great up until that fumble too. That's unfortunate. 5,000. He looked good versus Miami. I think he's viable here. Duke Johnson's definitely in play. Richard, I don't really want to pay 4,800 for him. I would play Duke over Richard. Jordan Howard's in play at 4,700. It's Detroit defense. They got snacks, but doesn't matter to me. I'm off of Johnson with Theo Riddick back. Deion Lewis is okay. Going up against his former team, 4,600. Someone to look at. Mark Ingram's in play here, 4,500. Price is low. I'm off of McCoy. Everything's down on him. His usage, the snaps, Ivory. Got a lot of work last week. I'm completely off of McCoy. Maybe they're saving him for next year. I'm off of Hyde. And that's pretty much it. You can look at Doug Martin. Don't like it. Eckler, no thanks. Ito Smith. You can look at Ito. Now he got 10 attempts. He got 2 targets. He finds his way into the end zone. Just look at that. Bibbs, somebody to consider. I'm off of him. Jamal Williams, I'm off of him. Peyton Barber. It's all thin down here. That's pretty much it. Elijah McGuire. Yeah, it's all thin down here. I'm off of that. Looking at wide receiver, Julio Jones in play. Michael Thomas in play. Devontae Adams, Green, Boyd. Check the status of Green. All these guys are in play. Probably won't pay up for Hill in this matchup. Mike Evans is cheap. 7,000. He got what, like 10 attempts? He got 10 targets, I believe. Only caught one for 16 yards. I think you can go right back to Mike Evans in this matchup versus Washington. Josh Norman, he might see some of him, but I think he's okay at 7,000. Keenan Allen looked good versus Oakland. Don't mind that. You got Edelman in play, of course. Cooks, Woods, and Kupp, all priced. Just about the same here. So that's interesting. I like that. I like that they did that. Really like what I saw out of Kupp first game back. Landry's in play here. Gordon's definitely in play. Ridley looked good. T.Y., I probably fade T.Y. here. He's at home, though. Plays better at home. Tough matchup. Marv Jones, he's viable at 55. Fitz is viable at 54. Sanu's okay. Baldwin might be turning around a little bit now, turning the corner. Someone to consider. Galladay's in play here at 51. I like the price on him. Valdez Scantling, this guy, he's a big receiver. You got to see if Allison's playing and what the status is, but he's viable. Cobb's okay. I like Deshaun Jackson. I like him better than Evans here at 4,900. Returning back home in Tampa versus former team Washington. I really like this play at 4,900. I think I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Deshaun Jackson. Lockett's in play at 48. I like Traquan Smith a little bit. Amendola's all right. Tyrell the Gazelle, 4,500. Definitely in play. Doxson's okay. And then don't mind Godwin at that price. Humphreys killed it, 3,900. Damn, I wish I had him in my lineup. He was 36 last week. And that's pretty much it. We'll look at Grant. Tawan Taylor. They're all thin down here. Zay Jones, possibly. Right? You got Zay Jones, 6 targets. You can look at Zay Jones. Pair him up with Pickerman. And then if you look at Kelvin Benjamin, see what he did. Had 9 targets. So, I mean, maybe I throw around some Pickerman lineups with Benjamin and Zay Jones, see what happens. Tight end position, Kelsey, always in play. Number 1 tight end in the league. Number 1 tight end, not Gronk. Travis Kelsey. Looking at O.J. Howard, definitely in play, been killing it. Jared Cook, they got to throw the ball to somebody. He's in play here, 47. Jimmy Graham, like that at 46. Completely off of Jordan Reed. I'm just going to pretend he doesn't exist anymore. Looking at Jack Doyle, he's in play. Ebron's a lot cheaper. Looking at David Njoku. See if he got some targets. He got 4 for 5. Yep. He's still out there. He's in play versus Atlanta. I like Trey Burton. Hooper's okay. He's getting targets still. I'm off Uzama in this matchup. Ebron's all right. 3,500 price came down. And that's pretty much it. So tight end, you go with OJ. Take a stab at Njoku. Trey Burton. Really don't like tight end this week. I really don't. So it's going to be interesting to see who I end up on by Sunday. Now looking at defense, you got the Bears versus Detroit. Hopefully Mac is back. Looking at the Chargers versus Oakland, I like that. 3,500. I think Chargers are really underrated this year. Jets versus Buffalo, I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. Looking at the Chiefs versus Arizona, interesting. I like the Bills a little bit. Then a bounce back, 3,200. Going up against Darnold. Should be a little cold, maybe a little wet. We'll see what the weather's looking like. Patriots defense, interesting at 2,700. They've been playing really good. Shut down Aaron Rodgers on the road. Looking at the Rams, kind of interesting there, 2,400. And that's it. As of right now, just got to look at the status with Mac. See if I want to play the Bears. Don't mind the Chargers. The Jets, the Bills are viable. So I'm pretty sure I'll end up somewhere up towards the top. And none of these defenses are priced too high to where I won't consider them. So that's pretty much it. That's my first look. As far as quarterback goes, got to go with my boy Mahomes getting that 300 yards, passing Andrew Luck for the record NFL history. I like that. I like that narrative. I'll pay up for Mahomes, just consistent. Look at the game logs. I got the money to do it. Why not? What's his floor? 20.8 versus Jacksonville? I'm with it. Looking at running back position, I like Kamara here. 87. Price is way up. I like Cohen versus Detroit. I like Howard a little bit. Pass catching running backs versus Atlanta. Let's just lock it in. New offensive coordinator, new coach. Right? So I'm just going to stick with what's been working all season. Why go left? You know, I'm not going to pick two running backs. I'm just going to go with one player at each position that I really like. Deshaun Jackson. Tight end position. Now this is tricky. So, looking at O.J. Howard, Njoku, Hooper. Ooh, I really don't love tight end at all. Right now, I'll just lock in Hooper because he's cheap. I like Burton a little bit too. But Hooper's still getting targets. Not many. You know what? I'll lock in Njoku. I'll just lock him in. First look. It's not someone I don't think I'll end up on, but just lock him in. And then you know what? We're going to roll with the Bills defense here. You got Bills, Jets. You got Pickerman. I think if Peterman starts, I might want to roll him out there. I really hope Derek Anderson doesn't start. But we're just locking the Bills right now. So this is my first look. Good luck. At DFS Wolfpack if you want write-ups, lock plays, you want players to target, player pool, hit me up at DFS Wolfpack, Instagram, Twitter, DFSWolfpack.com. Good luck. NFL Week 10 1.